Question number 15. A straight highway leads to the foot of the tower. So there's a highway. There's a highway which is, on which the cars move, and on the front of the highway there's a tower. A straight highway leads to the foot of the tower. A man standing at the top of the tower. So there's a man who is standing on the top of the tower. Observes a car. So there's a car here. The car is moving towards the tower. The man observes the car at an angle of depression of 30 degrees. So this angle which he observes is 30 degrees. So it's angle of depression, right? So that means this angle. But if it is 30, then this is also 30, because two parallel lines, one transversal, alternate interior angles 30, 30. Which is approaching the foot of the tower at a uniform speed. So it's traveling at a uniform speed. After 6 seconds, definitely it will reach closer to the tower. For example here, because it's moving, the car is moving. So when it reaches here, the angle of depression of the car is found to be 60. So then when the man sees the car, the angle of depression is 60, right? Find the time taken by the car to reach the foot of the tower from this point. So we have to calculate this distance and the time taken to move to this distance, because actually we have to calculate the time which it takes from this point, by the car to reach the foot of the tower from this point, from point A, for example. This point is A, this is B, and this is C, and this is D. So we have to calculate the time taken from point A to point B by the car. So for calculating the time, we need to calculate the distance, and for calculating the distance, we need to use the trigonometric identities. So what we are having only the angles 30 and 60, and one more thing, we're having the straight highway leads to a man standing on top of the tower, observes the car angle 30, which is approaching. 6 seconds later, the angle of depression of the car is found to be 60. So it's only telling you one thing, that is telling you the time taken by the car to move from C to A. So time taken by the car to move from C to A is 6 seconds, right? So time taken is 6 seconds. Now we can use triangle DCB, and again tan theta, right? Tan theta, because opposite and adjacent we're interested in. Tan 30, right? Tan 30 degree. Tan 30 degree in triangle DCB. Tan 30 degree is opposite, that is height of the tower. That is height of the tower. That is DB divided by CB, right? So opposite over adjacent. So tan 30 is 1 by root 3. 1 by root 3 is dB by CB, or CB is root 3 times dB. So CB is root 3 times dB. CB is root 3 times dB. Now let us use one more triangle, and that is DAB. DAB, triangle DAB. Again, tan 60 is equal to opposite over adjacent, DB over AB, right? Tan 60 is root 3 multiplied by AB is equal to DB, right? So here what we can do is, you can plug in the value of dB as root 3 times AB here in this equation. Let us keep it equation 1. In equation 1 we can plug in the value of dB as root 3 times AB. So CB will become root 3 times dB, and dB is root 3 times AB, root 3 times AB. So CB is equal to 3AB, right? CB is 3AB. What about CA? CA is CB minus AB, right? CA is CB minus AB. Now let us see what this 6 seconds will give us. this 6 seconds, we know the speed is equal to distance traveled divided by time taken, right? CA divided by 6. So speed is CA divided by 6. Or CA is, let us take the speed as S, 6S, right? So CA is 6S. So CA is 6S. 6 times S is equal to CB, right? CB is the total distance, right? Total distance divided by total distance is CB minus AB is the distance from which we have to calculate, right? 6S is CB minus AB. So we are given here CB minus AB is equal to 6S, but as we already calculated that CB is 3 times AB, right? CB is 3 times AB, so we can plug in the value of CB as 3 times AB here. So 6S is equal to, instead of CB we can write 3 times AB, 3 times AB minus AB. So 6S is equal to 2AB. So AB gives you, AB is equal to 6S divided by 2, that is 3S, right? So 3S is the distance AB, but we have to calculate the time taken. Time taken to move from A to B is equal to, as we know that the speed is distance divided by time, so time will be distance by speed. So time is distance divided by speed. So distance is AB divided by speed is S, right? Speed is S. So we can write AB as 3S divided by S. S and S will cancel out, so time taken is 3 seconds. 3 seconds. If you're having any confusion in this question, you try to again see the video and try to do it yourself so that it'll be more clear.